que comience la fiesta.
Alright, that's it. You're done.
You guys didn't even go along with the flow.
Yeah, someone need to talk to do
Hola, damas y caballeros. Hoy vamos a hacer una fiesta para todos que están aquí. Vamos a hacer una cosa, pero bien filosa.
Alright, everybody, introduce yourselves.
Alright, so we got two
gotta turn me
special
down.
guests today. We have
Shelly.
Shelly.
Michelle.
Edit that.
Bro.
Then we got Shelly here.
And long leg Dante.
Long leg.
We got Bigfoot.
Introduce yourselves.
Good evening.
Hello,
Men are
how's
trash.
it going, guys?
Man,
Thank you for having us. It's our joy to be here.
this is the Minimus podcast.
This
You guys
is,
don't have to be so
Welcome.
close. Just back up a little.
This is what I live my life for, just to be on this podcast.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Thank you for being here. We have the luscious Nelson.
He looks like
He's just staring at us.
Hello.
We got Carlos back at it again.
Illustrious Carlos.
Illustrious Carlos.
Wow.
We got the beautiful Gilbert,
hello.
and of course the one and only Juno. We have some background guests. We have Hyro in the back over here.
Here, I'm gonna pass you the mic.
Yeah, say hi real quick.
Hello, how's everybody doing tonight?
Yeah, that was, but it's okay.
Hello, how's everybody doing tonight?
But yeah, we're back at it again, new episode. We finally have a third mic, but we just need to get a stand.
What?
Oh, hold on. Nelson has something to say.
I'll get the stand in a bit, a little later. But let's just talk about that later.
About what?
Okay.
But yeah, so like I said,
Let's give that a stand.
Standing ovation. I can't clap.
but
Just
but
send
yeah,
after the emo next time.
yeah, we're gonna have to.
Yeah, can you see me in there?
We need a memo. But yeah, so we're one step closer to getting better
Situated.
situated. Yes.
That's all you gotta say, baby.
We have a lot of ideas that we've all been talking amongst each other. We all might break off eventually. Well, not break off, but end up doing our own podcast type stuff. So Nelson wants to do his own, Carlos wants to do his own, Gilbert wants to do his own, and most likely me. It's all still gonna be under Podcast Boys. Just
It's our own network.
Yeah.
In
So
a form.
we're still ironing out the details, but we'll get there when we get there. But let's jump right into it. Gilbert has
But
something.
wait, you didn't even finish. But Podcast Boys will still be a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll still be doing one together. We'll have guests as well, but all of us want to do our own thing as well.
Just
our
for
own
fun.
stuff. Yeah, and then that way you guys don't have to keep jumping from channel to channel. You guys could just look up Podcast Boys and you'll find everyone's podcast in there.
Can you say who's going to branch out?
All of us.
Oh, all of you guys?
We're all
Okay.
eventually gonna branch out. It's just we haven't figured out a schedule on where everything's gonna be posted. So once we get that, then that's when everybody start doing their own thing. So
Sounds legit.
what are you doing, Nelson? Oh, I'm like Nelson's just staring at me. Why are you staring at me?
All right, so let's get to the point of why we brought Dante here. So we used to be in a band. No, just kidding. Oh, sorry.
So you're probably wondering why Dante's here. He's the phenomenal Bigfoot.
Yep.
The phenomenal.
You only see him once.
All right, let's get to the real nitty gritty. Gilbert, you have something you want to talk about?
Yeah. Well, because me and Kim were at the mall the other day, and I had a poop.
Yes.
So
of course.
I went in the guy's restroom. It's always the same. There's always like an inch gap in the stall. So some poor kid comes up and like makes eye contact with me for like 5 seconds. And
And you made eye contact back?
yeah. And also I'm not a predator. He looked at me. And
I sure
I don't know. Guy restrooms are weird. They're always the same. Like you go in, and it doesn't matter if someone else goes in and they pee or poop. They always go, or. I wanted to say like, Shelly or Kim Quincy, is it like that at a girls' restroom? Do girls just go in and go
We don't. Well, for me, I don't give a shit. Like if some girl walks in and
Lets it all out.
I'm like, yes,
Yes, let's do
Power
it
to the
together.
people.
However, if you go in to take a shit, you have to do the courtesy flush.
Oh.
Don't be that bitch that does
Okay.
not do the courtesy flush.
Okay,
Yeah,
I understand that.
Drop a deuce. Flush.
Nah, 'cause guys don't care. They'll go in and
Oh yeah.
especially
they'll wreck that
if
shit.
they're an old guy,
We let it marinate.
old dudes. They go in and they like.
Big ass grunt. Like damn, who you go to the restroom with?
I'll be having PTSD flashbacks sometimes, man. I swear.
You're taking a shit?
Yeah, it sounds like a war zone in the next stall. I'm like, oh my god.
Is that
Pyro's holding out to the sides. He's like,
Oh
oh no.
We need backup.
Not
We're being overran.
It's all kind of.
But you know what's funny? That you know, in normal stall bathrooms, if you go, you know, you have that little spacing in between stuff,
Right.
like where people can't see it. But there's some places, like if you go to festivals or no,
right?
even Dodger Stadium, they don't have that. It's just one long ass line and everybody pees at the same time.
Oh, that is
Oh,
true.
you mean the
Yeah.
urinals?
Yeah, no, but
Oh,
it's
it's
one
a tank.
big ass urinal. Yeah, it's not like okay, in more
Oh, I
guys'
see
bath.
what you
Yeah.
mean. Like the force, it's like all connected.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
like-
like, one huge.
Mhm. So like literally, you're seeing everybody's
It's like on the way to Vegas.
ding-dongs.
There's this like gas station, and it's like a
What
water
are you
fountain, and
kidding?
everybody's just there peeing.
I guess you
Yeah.
could call that a dick.
So
Yeah.
I've
Is
heard.
that a long joke?
I don't know.
That was a good one. Out.
I've heard that usually the women's restroom are always the dirtiest
I've heard that too.
because
Really?
yeah, because like women don't sit because you guys are fucking weird. Dude, I'll put my butt cheeks on any toilet.
What are you talking about? I would.
Is that
No,
what you got?
like I've heard
Oh god.
from stories like somebody who worked at a Chick-fil-A.
You know that works at Chick-fil-A.
And you haven't given us a discount?
They don't give discounts.
Unreal, Carlos.
Okay, so
This is Carlos' last episode.
Go
by the way.
on.
Do they
That
hate-
I've
do they hate
heard-
gay people too?
Unreal.
from their own personal
Experience.
experience that they've seen like the doo-doo splatters
Oh my god.
and the
I misinterpreted that. They said the dude who splattered. I was like, what the fuck?
They were talking
they
about
called it
women's
doo-doo
bathrooms.
splatters all over the walls. It was a podcast I was listening to,
Oh, okay.
and he said that some older woman pooped herself
Oh no.
and she left her trousers
Oh.
and didn't bother to throw them away.
Oh no.
Because they're already trash.
Yeah. Okay. No. A quick side topic. If you guys ever shit yourself, what do you guys do? Do you guys throw away the pair?
Yeah.
Say okay. Gilbert's answer, or save it.
I almost pooped in Vegas, so I had a plan in my head already.
Bro, you can get like infections like that.
No, wait. You could wash them.
Yeah, okay. But the thing is, alright, put
No.
yourself in that
No.
position.
Okay,
You're
no.
gonna stay with the pair of pants all the way from Vegas till you get home.
No.
Where you gonna
What I'm saying is like, okay, like,
That lady
Okay.
wasn't in Vegas.
What's
She
it-
was
what-
at Chick-fil-A.
so like
Probably not on a Sunday.
all the times in public outings that I've like, it was only twice that I've ever pooped myself as a kid.
Okay.
I was like,
Yeah,
As
right.
a kid,
As a kid.
And I threw them away.
like 18.
No, I don't think I've ever pooped myself
As an
like
adult?
now. I'm waiting though.
He's waiting for the surprise.
It's
like, oh, here
bound
it
to
comes.
happen. But okay.
Okay, go on.
Ruben sharted in his boxers
Damn.
before.
Damn, Ruben.
Who, Ruben
Put
Guzman?
you on blast.
Call out post.
Wait, are you guys talking about Ruben Guzman?
And he lives in front of the.
Not my brother.
So he sharted and he said all he did was just throw them in the washer. So if you're home, it's okay to like shit yourself.
Well, yeah, okay, I
Yeah,
guess that's
that's
different.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're at home.
With
Okay.
the whole turd in there?
That's not so bad.
Why are you shitting yourself at home? That's the real question.
Wait, you had something to say?
Oh, I was
Did
just
it
gonna
make
say
his
my.
other clothes
I was just
brown?
gonna say my answer that if I shit myself, I'm throwing away that pair.
Yeah.
I'm throwing it away.
I feel I go down just because I don't know, like I'll have that shit in the back of my mind when I put them
Yeah.
on, be like, oh, I shit myself in these pants or these
Yeah, it just won't be
underwear.
the same.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
post-traumatic shit disorder after.
PTSDs.
But yeah, I don't know. What about you, Carlos?
No, yeah, I'll throw them away now.
Oh, now.
Now that I
What happened to
now that
sticking
I
to
know
your own
it's
opinion?
indecent. Nah, man. All right. Anyways, yeah. What was I saying? Women's restrooms are dirty.
Oh, all of a sudden.
No, I just wanted to go off on a tangent.
Are they?
Alright, doodoo
I would
pants.
say they're equally, well, from what I've seen, I think they're equally as bad. I think women, like, for example, if women are on the period, like, that shit can get dirty, smelly, really quick. I used to work at In-N-Out, and I would have to clean both restrooms. the only dirty part would be like their little trash bin where they dispose.
Like they don't aim it.
It's designated.
But the men, y'all don't know how to aim or something, because I would just see piss all over the floor. So,
I don't know.
It's condensation.
All right, let me. I want to back. No. I want to back
But
up
like
the guys
men, yeah.
for a quick second, because here's the thing about when we take a piss. You never know how your stream's gonna come out.
Okay.
You got-
Alright,
you got
so
the
that's-
you got the under streams, you got the
yeah.
over streams, you got the streams that split.
Uh,
How that happens, I don't know, but
After a night of sex.
Okay.
but yeah, so that's why like when you see the thing is like when you see that we're surprised as hell too, because we're like, all right, let's see what's gonna happen now.
You know what it
And then
is?
you get a normal ass
I
stream,
know
you're
what
like,
it
all right,
is.
cool.
Honestly, it's foreskin too.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
Yeah.
say. It's when your
I-
foreskin's over the pee hole, and then you let the stream go, and it goes like.
I was just gonna say that, bro.
You're supposed to pull your foreskin back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes you
That's
know
gross.
you're in a rush sometimes, dude. You know, you're like dancing around, running to the restroom.
You ever
like,
shut your
It's like
foreskin?
a
you know
water
what I
hose.
mean?
No.
You ever shut your foreskin and you pee and you watch it bubble up?
Gilbert, why do you do that?
You never done that?
No.
Ah, you're lying.
Maybe in the shower.
Well, yeah, you don't do it for fun by the toilet. That's how that
Hey,
happens.
guy, leave this
In
balloon.
the urinal, it's like, dude, check it out.
Check
You
out,
have your buddy run up like, dude, that's so sick.
check how big I got my
balloon animals
foreskin.
That's just the comfort real quick.
Fuck, dude.
All right, Nelson's got something to
Yeah,
say.
no, I was gonna say something, but
You don't got
nah, I
foreskin?
lost it.
You don't got foreskin?
Gilbert's foreskin bubble.
Yeah.
Also, too, I'm tall, so like when you pee, it's like from a high distance, so it splashes.
Okay, but
How's the
here,
weather up there?
here's the other thing. The toilet is shaped like an oval, so you can stand under it. Like it's shaped like that for a reason. So like you don't get pissed on the floor, and you.
But you guys don't sit down?
And then you see that's the thing too.
I
Yeah,
was-
some dudes they'll just like pee from a distance, like they have aim when in reality
Right.
they don't. If you piss right, you stand on top
Sometimes
of
you're
you like
just
kind of
feeling
close.
confident.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna ask that though, like on the real. What if it became like the next thing where we sit down when we pee? Would you sit down?
Yeah,
it's
what's so bad?
A
Right?
bidet for your
Right?
I
Don't
do.
you guys already do that when you take a shit though?
Yeah,
We shit,
we
yeah.
yeah. Because you see, that's what I do sometimes. When
But
I feel
isn't that
like
inconvenient for you guys? Like, isn't
Yeah,
it
it's
more
easier to
convenient
stand.
Yeah, it's
well,
convenient.
because it's faster.
That's what it
It's
is.
faster.
It's laziness,
Shit,
huh?
if women could do that, I
You guys
would
would
take.
do
I would
that?
take that. Yeah.
It's
The thing is
laziness,
that
honestly.
happens to me sometimes where I'm like, oh, I gotta take a shit. I run, sit down, and it's like, nope, you just gotta pee, and I'm just like, I pee. Like that would always.
Yeah, it is convenience because like we could pee on trees and shit.
So you don't know what the feeling.
I mean,
of
girls can
taking
pop a
shit.
squat.
They can do that
But
too,
it's not
but
the
they
same.
have to be like
It has to be a certain angle.
Yeah.
Like you can't get on your.
They
pants.
sell that.
They
put
gotta
the- you
be
put
with
the- You gotta do it
somebody.
like that girl from Step Brothers. How she's just like,
Oh,
she's like, gotta take a piss. Yeah, she puts her leg up on the urinal, pissing in the urinal.
they sell that funnel for women that you could.
oh yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah, I saw
funnel.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Quincy has one. Quincy has one.
Oh, stay away from
Where'd
Quincy.
you buy it? Amazon?
So I be getting scared sometimes. I walk into the restroom and she's like that. I'm like,
But-
she's got a dick.
Strong.
You
Would
been peeing on
it-
Junior?
Yeah, I was afraid. Like I remember walking in on her one night and she was standing peeing, and I was like, oh my god. I was so afraid. And then she's like, hey, she turns around, and it was just the funnel. After all these years.
Oh my god, it's bigger than mine.
Wait, when did you use it?
Wedding. She
Oh,
got it
yeah.
for the
Oh, you
wedding.
had a. Oh, because of the
Oh,
dress.
yeah. So then that way you don't have to be like,
Smart.
take the
Just
whole
lift it like that.
Like those
Some
kids.
Bulma
That,
shit when she
Oh,
holds
yeah.
up the dress.
oh, those kids that still put their pants all the way down to take a piss.
Yeah.
Adult
Don't-
men.
Yeah,
men, they still
I
do
talked
that.
about that.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah,
I
we
said
did,
Yeah,
that.
last episode.
You gotta assert your dominance.
I can't believe that there's still
So,
dudes that do
yeah.
so
that.
we have a friend that says that what he wants to do one day is he wants to assert dominance in the restroom by peeing like a dude, like a kid. We're like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, walk up to the urinal, pull my pants all the way down to my fucking ankles, and take a piss like a little kid does.
One question. Tell me how else I'm supposed to piss with a romper on. I can't figure it out.
The male romper is making a comeback.
Little rompers.
I gotta take it all
And it's so
off. Of course I'm gonna
inconvenient,
pull it
right?
down.
It's so inconvenient.
Cut a hole.
bro.
Wait, what if he doesn't have time? What if he really has to pee?
Shouldn't have wore that romper.
But yeah,
Just wear it backwards. Unhook the whole part.
So
Carla.
Alright, let's get off this.
I
topic
know
of
one of you.
toiletries.
I don't know who wanted to talk about it. Did someone wanted to talk about Area 51?
Yes, the
I,
turnout.
Did
The
you guys
turnout.
watch the live?
Yeah, let me
Yeah.
get my segue real
Okay,
quick.
before there was a lot of pictures on you know all over the internet of the one where it says like it had the sign saying Area 51 and a helicopter. To let everyone know, that's from a fucking video game.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not an actual picture. And then there was another picture that was actually
I know which one.
It was a security guard, like it was security guard standing in front of the Area 51. That was Photoshop. That picture is actually from like a security stand in Africa.
Yeah.
So 2 pictures out of like there was, and it was the same 4 pictures that kept popping up. 2 of
Yeah.
them were fake, but 2 of them were actually real.
Yeah.
You telling me E.T. was not a documentary?
Apparently.
Debunked.
But yeah, a lot of people did show up. Was kind of, you know, that's still pretty surprising. That's still pretty surprising. The turnout. I think it was like 1,500 people that showed up, or probably even more. But still, that's a lot of people.
And all the way at the checkpoint, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really hoping someone would get shot. Like,
One person
I was
did
just
die.
waiting for
Yeah,
someone to
one
like.
person.
What? No.
Yeah, he did. He actually tried running inside like a dumbass, and you know they told him like you run in, you're getting shot. Yeah.
Nah,
Is that confirmed?
I didn't
That
see
is
that.
confirmed. Look it up. Look it
Is
up.
that a
Play
is
stupid
that a
games,
confirmed
don't-
win stupid prizes.
Hurry, shut the fuck
But
Ah,
yeah.
because for the most part, all the
gonna
videos I
look that
saw of like people talk to the guards were
Cool.
friendly.
Yeah.
They were cool.
No, but that's the thing. Well, yeah, of course they're gonna be friendly to you
Yeah,
if you're
come closer,
not
kids.
on the other side. But
Step over on this
yeah,
side.
but it is their job to be like, hey, you know, if you cross this border,
'cause
something's
they were
gonna happen
aliens.
to you.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Just a
know.
little bit closer.
But the funny thing is that in Snapchat there was a lot of Snapchat, so like someone zoomed into like the Area 51. And there's like someone recorded, so they tapped on it. It's a dude running with a fake alien. He's like, "We did it, boys!" And I was like, "What the fuck? Like, how'd you get in?" But I'm pretty sure he was like on the border.
Oh, yeah.
Actually made it in.
Did you see?
Not all the way.
Wait, okay. Did you guys
But
see
like
that?
they actually did it. They actually tried to go in.
Did you guys see the footage on YouTube? It was like live.
No, I didn't.
So my students were watching it in class, right? It was like 8 in the morning, like, yeah. And then, but the video, like in the video, it was dark. Like the sky was dark, and I was like, "You guys, this is not live." And they're like, "Yeah, it is."
Huh.
51.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 8 a.m.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it is, miss.
I think the one thing that did make me laugh though was the suits they were in. Like it was the alien carrying them.
Yeah.
Like that shit made me laugh. And then that one kid that actually made it on the news who did the Naruto run. I was like, my God. Like,
It
he
says only
actually
one
did.
person got arrested.
Yeah, boy.
No
No, not-
fatalities,
no.
bro.
Yeah.
What about that sign that said "clap alien cheeks"?
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about that?
You know what would actually
I'm
be
down.
pretty cool too is if that becomes like an annual thing,
If
like
it
every
claps.
21st.
I think it is gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that'd be
That-
cool.
That's it.
Oh, go
No,
ahead.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say that beef jerky place must have sold a
Oh,
fortune that
fuck
day.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. Alien fresh jerky.
Mm.
It was out of this
we
world.
don't have an endorsement deal with them, so we can't. say anything.
I am Xeno 456
Oh, no.
This is the alien. This is the alien we got.
I am here to destroy this planet. We're being overtaken by aliens. Yo, if you
Reptilian
know,
overlords.
I always
reptilian
wanted to
overlords.
know what would be your actual reaction to seeing an alien. What would you do?
I'd fucking trip
I'd be
out.
fucking
Yeah.
terrified.
Yeah,
I'd be
scared.
terrified too. Like, even whether they're friendly or not, I mean, that's just like something you don't see every day. So I'd just be like, like I'd be stuck. I really wouldn't know what to do.
Dante, what do you?
I never saw one, but I
Lies.
think I was
Lies.
alien abducted
Lies.
when I went to Colorado. So like,
Please do tell.
I don't remember seeing the aliens, but
Dante gets fucking
Like,
abducted by the government.
Missing time.
I just remember not remembering that night. So we went camping in Colorado, and we kind of like met some Indian
With
dude,
his white friend.
and he told us to find this like cactus, and it had like spiraling spikes around it. So we went to go find it, and we ate some of it, and we were really high, and
Before you continue, how old were you?
like 13.
That's
Book 'em,
right.
boys.
Book 'em, boys.
We got 'em.
So then we were really high on the campfire. We set up our tents and everything, and all I remember is looking up into like the sky, and there was an airplane. Like I don't know, we were like, what the fuck? There's an airplane, and it kept going and coming back, like going and coming back. And I thought I was tripping because I was like, whoa, it's kicking in or whatever. But then I tapped my friend, and he's like, no, I see it too. And then after that, I just remember like
Lagging out.
like a light, like a beam of light, like almost just like flat, and then something in not words. I think it was just like a comfort or something, but like to not be afraid. And that's all I remember. I remember waking up the next morning and being like, what the fuck just happened? And then every now and then you'll just get like flashbacks. So I don't know. white, you know, yeah,
How did
getting
your
alien probe.
butthole feel after that?
But
How did
but
you
yeah,
wake
it's
up
true.
feeling?
Booty hole hurt.
and then like no one remembers anything.
Childish.
Everybody just remembers waking up in the
Childish.
tent, and it's like something
That guy
like
told him about
that. Like whenever we meet up, it's like we just don't like mention it. We
Yeah.
know what like kind of happened, but we just don't. Mention
Yeah.
You should go.
Damn.
You should go to therapy. See if you can get that.
That's what Michelle was saying. She was
Yeah,
saying that we should do like
hypnosis.
the.
I'm
under-
afraid of that because ever since that whole hypnosis thing, because ever since I saw.
Yeah, you want to cut off my boy while he's talking? I'm sorry. Wow. Unreal,
Diablo.
man.
No, but it's like that movie because ever since I watched that movie Fourth Kind, that shit really fucked me up.
Yeah,
It-
that
I mean,
movie is
it-
great.
I'm not gonna lie, that shit really fucked me up for years. Like I couldn't sleep because like if I would sleep,
This man.
if I would wake up at 3:15 or whatever that time it was, like I'd be shitting
Cucuy
bricks.
Hours.
Yeah, I'd be like, they're fucking coming. But the reason why is because the girl like towards the end, the girl hears her own recording. Like she fell asleep and she got abducted, and then so they hypnotize her in order to like to see what actually happened, and then mid hip like in the middle of it, like an alien comes out.
She starts speaking Sumerian.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
No,
what the
the
fuck?
alien doesn't come out.
And then no, it does.
No, she speaks Sumerian.
She speaks Sumerian and she like lifts up
and then they all
and her
fucking
jaw
Stop.
breaks.
Don't
and
even
shit.
do it. Don't even do it.
Ooh.
Give me that.
Yeah, that shit. And that shit fucked me up. I was like, oh
That's
my
my favorite part where they speak Sumerian.
Yeah, it's like
Oh man, that's a
a
dead
dead
language.
language.
Oh,
Give me that.
JC, you owe me a blowjob.
Oh, what are the odds you kiss me on the lips?
101.
105.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 5.
Five.
Ah,
Oh, close.
Wait, what did you say, Carlos?
I said 5.
You was at 5. Like,
No, he owes me one from last time.
He said
Kissing
4.
each other?
No, I said
Look,
5.
he said the
Kiss.
2. He fucking knows.
Yeah,
he fucking knows.
I said 5 and you
Nah,
said 5.
You
They're full of
lost.
shit. They're full of shit. He said 4.
Anyways, my boy got abducted. Did you have the time lost thing?
That's a
Like
lot of
it-
people say. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the main
What do you
like.
mean?
They'll lose like 3 hours. Like they'll be out at 2 and then
No, well, it was at night. So, what I remember, because it was really, really beautiful. Because right here you have the cliffside, and then you see the Colorado River, and then the sky was coming down. So it was like almost like where it's like pinkish, reddish.
the sun was setting.
And yeah, the sun was setting, and then it was finally setting. You could see the campfire, and then you see the airplane come out of nowhere, like straight up, like a light. And then like I thought I was tripping balls, and I was like, whoa, But I looked over, and everybody else was like,
Also
what the fuck
stuck
is
on
that?
it.
And then we all woke up the next morning, just in our tents already with
Oh, so you guys
like,
did
changed
experience a
and-
form of.
yeah.
wow.
But
of
do you guys
mass.
think they were just
Mass.
high, or did they actually?
Well,
Yeah.
it goes. This
I don't
goes
know.
50-50.
Because they didn't take like
51.
marijuana.
It was
they took,
peyote
like,
that we took.
some
Peyote.
Native American ayahuasca shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
hell
know what
yeah,
it's-
you were
what it is.
high.
It's just a cactus.
And you just decided to put your clothes on.
I
You're
mean,
high, Dante. Or maybe you
probably.
weren't.
I don't know. That's a weird
That
one.
was-
I
tripping.
think that's what sucks about this is that you can't.
Yeah,
tell-
because I
you
was
can't
either
differentiate, like,
high
was I high or did I actually get
or I
But the-
died.
But do people see the same hallucination under like?
Oh yeah, that
It
was
that a
happens
thing?
sometimes. Yeah.
Are you guys talking about LSD?
Let's do LSD.
Because LSD
No.
people describe
No.
the same trip.
no, that's
being abducted?
that's
No.
MDMT.
No, DMT.
DMT.
MDMT.
MGMT. Have you guys tried that drug? MGMT.
Hey,
It's fucking
everybody
it's fucking
that's
electric feels.
everybody that's done DMT has said that they all see the same thing. That when they do DMT, they go into like this
Dimension.
Other
dimension.
dimension.
No, like they're shot off.
Yeah,
right?
they're
They
shot
talk
off.
to their ancestors.
Yeah, and they go
Yeah.
see someone.
The polygon elves.
That's how my first
Something like
LSD
that.
trip felt like.
And,
I experienced the same thing.
And yeah, they say that because DMT is a natural thing that's in our head.
Well, it's
So
in
when
every
we so when we die, that's when we get like a whole flush of it. Like it just comes in our brain.
euphoria.
So people smoke it and they like
Experience. They die.
So they're basically they're dying. So that's crazy how we all see the same thing when we're dying. We're gonna meet like our ancestors, whatever. How do you guys feel about the afterlife?
It scares me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
kind of really
scary.
nervous.
I was just thinking about this today in the car because I was like, what if I fucking just
Die.
Die.
yeah? Because like what like the unknown. Like what happens? Like if you're religious, you go to the afterlife.
Well, that's what you think.
Yeah, that's what you think. But what I've always heard is it's emptiness, or you get that vision of the where you like go off or whatever.
Or you just wake up.
Pop off. Yeah, that's what I'm scared of.
Wake
just waking
Wake
up.
up.
Imagine
Wake up.
that.
A lot of people who have had near-death
You're freaking
experiences
me
talk
out.
about feeling like peaceful
Yeah.
Yeah.
and tranquility and like no worries whatsoever. So I'm not
You're dead.
afraid of it. It's just like, how am I gonna die? That's what
Oh,
freaks
that's
me
what
out.
says.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that I've heard that scares me is your consciousness is around for 3 days after you pass.
Well, like you can
Oh.
still.
Yeah,
you're
so
aware
you're
of your
just so you're just
Oh,
there
yeah,
for like
like
3 days, like,
Yeah.
and then you're buried. I mean,
I think it's your auditory, like what you can still hear,
that's so
right?
scary.
Like right before you die.
right? That like
Like I think
After
it's
you
like
get-
one
after
of
you
your
get
last
guilty.
sentences.
You have to get guillotined, or
If I die, just step on my brain because I don't want that to happen.
Please,
Everybody
yeah.
is different.
Just kill me.
In a sense
no,
of
I've
how-
heard that that's like the thing,
I'm
like
saying like in the sense of how you die. Like, I don't want to be buried.
how
Personally.
you want to be
I
died.
wanna be
how you want to be
cremated.
died.
How do you want to die? Besides,
Yeah, ever since I watched Kill Bill, I'm like, I'm not gonna get
yeah,
buried.
me neither.
What if I wake up?
Like I'm guessing that's only for people that get buried. Cause I feel like if you get burned alive, fuck, sorry.
Edit that out.
Like me, either I want to be burned alive or I want to be. I mean, burned dead. Get out of here, bro.
for this, Nelson.
You told me.
Say less. Here we go.
Nah, then you guys see me turn into a Terminator exoskeleton. Dun, 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 dun. You guys are here. I am too. No, but I want to be burned, or I want to cremated, or what's the other one? It's where you get buried. This is you got a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit if you have more money.
Do you have more money?
Yeah,
because
'cause-
you're not paying for it.
Because you get buried in a suit that your body this a suit and your
you said soup.
a suit and your body gets decomposed, and as it decomposes, flowers grow and grass grows and trees. I want that.
Ooh, that sounds
Either
so
that or being cremated.
What is it called again?
It's like a hyper suit or something like that. It's like
Hyper soup.
it's like $10,000 or
Yeah,
something.
you know, you get taken to the soup kitchen
Down on Skid
down
Row.
in downtown.
Skid Row.
Y'all fucked up.
Oh, I fucking worked there. Oh, let me get on my let me get on my Segway. Cause I worked there. Oh, it sounds fucked up, but I can't stand homeless people, dude. Like, cause like I walked through there and like it's like right? Why? Like they don't do nothing to me. They just come up, hey bro, you got some change? Like, fuck off.
Oh my god.
What, Carlos?
Hey, honestly, I was like that too when I started there. Like I would feel bad, and you would give money, but then you start to realize it's the same people that are always there. And
Yeah.
Well, they're
it's just-
sick.
Cause we lost our parking. There's only like 2
Oh.
designated parkings now, so I have to park all the way 2 blocks away, and on the same walk is the same homeless dudes. Hey man, you got some change? And I was like, yeah, here you go. And then the next day, hey man, you got some change? So, yeah. And then I was like, hey man, you got some change? I was like, leave me alone, bro. I was like,
When I was
2 days in a
working,
row.
Damn.
downtown, there was this guy that came up to me. It's right close to where isn't there like a county jail in downtown? Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah. And some guy came up to me like,
Sponsored
hey,
by
I just got out
Stizzy.
of county. Can you like give me like $5? And I didn't have cash, so I was like, sorry, I don't have cash. And then Dante came to visit me. We were walking that same street, and the same guy came with the same story. He's like, hey. And this was like
Get
2
out of
weeks
county.
later. This is 2 weeks later. They just got out of county.
out of
You can
county.
help me
Again.
out. And Dante was like, now we're good. And then Dante was like, that guy always comes around
Yeah.
to my job. And I'm like, what? He walks like this entire part.
The thing is that a lot of people, like, sometimes not even stories, but like recently, I don't know if you guys heard about it, how what people are doing, they try to say that someone either died or like needs money.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
they've been doing it, I think it's somewhere in Paramount. It's the same exact people because someone went to 3 different spots. It was the same picture, same people. And they're just like, hey, I was here yesterday.
Hey, you could die 3 times.
Yeah. But yeah, so like, apparently that's what people are doing now in order, like, you know, to like get money from people. They're like, oh yeah, even
Yeah.
if someone passed away, I need money to help them.
Yeah, they do it in Korea too.
Oh yeah.
They do it
They're always
everywhere
there.
now. Like that's
Like
just a
milk
big ass
crates.
thing now.
So what do you think they're actually doing with the money?
They're just keeping it for themselves. It's just kind of like a
They're
scheme.
grieving.
It's like a scheme type shit.
They're
Yeah.
dead
Scamming.
loved ones who died 3
They're
times.
hustlers. Shout out Cardi B. Okay.
But if you also notice, like, where exactly is this happening?
The ghetto.
Right? So they're probably doing that as a means of survival.
Yeah.
It's understandable, but like,
It's kind of fucked up.
get a job.
Hey, it's
Yeah.
smart.
No, it is because
they're
let
robbing you
me
straight up.
let me. One time I went roofing with my uncle.
What?
I went
Roofing?
roofing.
I think you should stay on the air.
Yeah, bro. I'm about to call 911.
I went to go roofing with my
Oh,
uncle,
that doesn't make it better.
and
Doesn't matter who you're with. Though.
and so like in the corner there's this homeless guy, and he said, "Hey, give me like $5 because I need to go get a Uber or something." He was like, and my uncle goes, "Hey, you want to make some money?" He's like, "Yeah." Come, we had my truck. He's like, "Come to our truck, and and we're gonna go take your
Wow,
work."
y'all were definitely roofing people.
Damn, shit.
And we're like, "We're gonna take you to go work right now." And he goes like,
Never been tricked.
Seems like you're about to go to work on him.
he was basically like, "Nah, I don't want to go to work.
Huh.
Nah, I just want to stay here. Just give me the $5." And we're like, "Nah." But
Yeah.
like right there, that was basically what we mean. Like we offered him a job and he didn't want to.
Yeah.
So fuck that. I mean, I
Fuck
get
that
it.
guy
Some
who's
people,
listening right
some
now.
people that are.
Hey, that was me.
I get that some people
He's gonna
are
come
like
over.
they're
Nelson,
in a
you
bad
son of a bitch.
situation.
Yeah.
And they need to get out, and there's hard workers out there, but in some scenarios it's just people that don't want to
Yeah.
work.
I've noticed
Or
in
addiction.
yeah, it's a lot of crackheads in downtown LA.
Yeah.
Like straight up, like
I see that shit. Well, you would see it right there. They would be dealing and.
Thank you, Reagan.
and it really was. Because a lot of the homeless people are from the crack era, and like
Yeah.
we don't care about them. It's like, well, what the fuck are we gonna do? I don't talk about it because like, what am I gonna do? I give $1 to somebody and then it's just the same. Yeah,
That's a lot of crap.
like, and it is because
Is it $1?
Nah.
oh no.
No way. Really? Where?
I got a 20.
I mean, Shelly.
I mean, yeah.
Shelly.
Edit that out.
Oh my God, Junior, you're the one.
Wow.
And like some
Second
guy.
time.
I'm making my job harder right now for myself.
Yeah, because you're the one. Oh, you can send this one to me.
Give
No.
our.
See, there you go.
I was
No one
give
gets
me.
to do
There you
Alright.
it. Nah, I'm just kidding. No, well, we're gonna go off topic real quick. What I want to do is I want to stream.
go. Segway.
I want to stream how I do it so you guys can watch it, so you guys know the basics. Of
I know.
what
How,
to do.
I can figure it out myself.
No, I'm talking about Resolve and all that.
Resolve. What the fuck
Yeah,
is that?
Exactly. See, Audacity's different. You're just fucking with the audio.
You have
but
the
No, I could. You can do a lot
Resolve
more
to
now.
tell them
Audacity.
no, but I'm talking about
Audacious
Resolve is where
as
you
a-
where you add our intro and all that, like actual
I
video.
could do
shit.
that on Audacity.
No,
Are
you can't.
And you driving?
Not just the audio.
It's
All I
only
want to edit is the audio.
Putting you on blast.
You can
That
try.
one, it's not. It's different because it saves as a video file, not an audio
Okay.
file.
Yeah.
All I want to edit is the audio.
That's what I'm saying. But
That-
you need to do the video first in order to go back to audio.
If any
It's a lot of steps, as I'm telling you. I'll stream it one day so you could see, and then you can develop your own way of doing it if you want.
What, Gilbert?
I'll just say, if any of you have a USB drive, because I've been telling them, just give me the intro and the music and all that on the hard drive, and I could do it.
Or just
You
share it
send
through
it-
Google Drive.
Yeah.
I don't have Google Drive. I don't pay for
It's
that
free.
shit.
It's
Oh,
free.
really?
It's free.
Shit, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Are you serious?
Wow.
I'm dead serious. I don't know this shit.
You don't have a Gmail?
Can
I
you
have
send it?
Gmail, but I don't
Because
know, but
I know I've told him before. Just
the
email it
file
to me.
is
Shut
really
up.
huge, bro. It's not like a megabyte. It's probably like
Gig? How
Yeah.
many gigs?
It's free. It's
I wanna say,
15
like,
gigs
probably
free.
15
oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
You can put it on Dropbox.
Google Drive now sponsoring this
no,
episode.
don't say that. Don't say that. We don't want to.
All right, ad reads. Let's take a break.
But yeah, back to what we were talking about.
Yeah, you guys want to, if you guys want to take
$1 crash.
Try
Hey.
Antler.
Yeah, if you guys want to take a break, like any time in the podcast, we can do some fake ad reads. I mean,
Oh,
real
go-
ad
go
reads.
off.
Like if you guys needed like a bathroom break or something.
Today's episode is sponsored by Triantler, where you can try to antler someone.
Try on
And
some
our-
handlers.
Oh yeah, let's
Try
fucking
on
let's
some
let's,
antlers.
let's do a triantler.
Yeah. For those who haven't listened to the last podcast, or even if you have, this is more of a reminder. Again, we want to give a big ass thank you to Ivan for one, being on the podcast with us, and two, for giving all our listeners a 20% off their entire purchase promo code. The promo code is Podcast Boys all together, Z instead of an S on Boys. But yeah, like, you know, he didn't have to do that, but he did that for us. So, you know, you guys should really go check it out. He has really good stuff. They just brought out shades. They have shirts, tanks, hats, beanies, and then they're gonna come out with more women wear. He said, if I'm correct. And of course, you know, winter's coming up, so most likely he'll end up making sweaters and all that. More, at least.
You be that outerwear bad boy.
But yeah, you guys should definitely go check out Triantler. That's TRIANTLER.com.
20% off Podcast Boys promo code on your checkout.
How much are we getting paid for that?
We're not.
I know, I'm kidding. It's
We should be getting paid
that's
for
a
that.
joke.
Edit this out.
But yeah, again, we do want to give a special thanks to Triantler and Ivan for doing that for
Yeah,
us.
because he didn't need to do that.
He didn't, but he did. So
Shout out to you.
He also didn't need to creep up in my. Alright, I'm not going to say it. Not on this, at least. I love you, Ivan, if you do listen to this. Alright, back to the cast. And then you could add some shit here. So Dante, we brought you here. This is the second time I bring it up to talk about Welcome to the Family.
oh my
All
god,
right.
no, that's not a clapping sensation.
We're here.
So what's the situation? What did he do?
Oh,
Yeah,
nothing.
what did I do?
You know what
Dante
you did.
stole a lot of shit.
Yeah, Dante stole my love. He stole my
I'm getting
virginity.
copyright infringement.
We're bringing you down, man.
We're taking all your money.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What?
Gilbert, get him.
I did.
He
No,
said
you
he
didn't.
wrote all the
Ooh,
What
songs.
songs?
Ooh, Gilbert,
No.
get him.
Dante didn't join until I left.
Oh yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, ooh.
Yeah.
This was I'm talking about before.
Oh, before.
Can you
Yeah.
leave my boy alone?
Because when I left, A was like, "Can you teach Dante everything you made up?" And I was like, "No."
I know, that's what Hyro had told me, that you guys talked about the podcast, and I was like, what the hell? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
He
this
said
is-
that.
Thanks for the name drop.
This was
welcome.
season 2 episode. It's titled "Welcome to the
It's
Family,"
like one of the
right?
last ones.
No, I want to say 1. I think it was episode 1 when we talked about
Yeah,
it.
we
But
just
yeah.
It
talk
was a
shit.
return. Yeah, it was a return.
Yeah, if you want to listen to it, you could go back. But
Alright, I'll listen to it.
yeah, it's funny.
Don't judge us from how shitty the quality is.
Oh, yeah,
not
that was
shitty.
like when we were starting. It's not even that bad.
It's all right.
It was good.
Gilbert says that's when we were more like, so when was your first kiss?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, because I brought up, I brought up that.
It was like that. And how
Hey,
how
can
I
you not cut off my boy? He's talking.
Sorry, Gilbert.
Well, I just brought up in one of the podcasts this season or whatever, or not season. We're not doing seasons
Yeah,
anymore.
right, this is the one.
Like, man, our podcast before was gay. Like, all our questions were,
21
when was your first date? When was your first kiss? And I didn't want to say anything while we were doing it, but I was like, this is some gay shit.
That is some happy questions you're asking.
It's like it's to like get personal.
Yeah,
like,
I
to-
guess I wanted
Samantha
everyone.
Rogers.
I wanted everyone to, to at least to get to know us type stuff. And at the same time, we were starting out, so we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. We're just like, fuck it, let's.
No,
do
it was
questions.
still fun and all
What do
that.
you
but
think about abortions?
Oh my god.
But yeah, so,
I think
It was those type of questions?
no,
Make 'em
fuck
illegal.
no. But
Gun laws.
but yeah, so you know we've gotten better as we progress.
Yeah.
And how they were saying, we are not doing seasons anymore. We changed everything from seasons to just episodes now.
yeah.
So we kind of updated.
We should have done this in the beginning.
We should have.
That's what I
Okay.
said.
Why
alright.
you guys just like
You guys should have done seasons.
We
like
already,
winter, summer.
Oh no, I think Carlos is talking about like we should have talked about all this in the beginning of the
Yeah.
podcast. But no, it's fine.
So we're
You
we
see?
are. This is
As
well,
you-
this was
Yeah, as you can tell, we're not where we're supposed to be
Like,
yet.
one's going
This is why in the beginning I said let's not talk about this stuff.
It's all right.
It was just kind of.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, it's fine. I mean, that way we update everybody. I know. Again, we're unorganized as shit. Just bear with us. You know, we're getting
Right.
better as we go.
But this is the guest format.
Yeah.
Give me that. This is the guest format where we kind of just fuck around, we dig around, we let it flow.
I
Wherever
like it.
goes, it goes. But it's just like it's a quick little touch up on
Like our
what we
shits, we
plan.
let it simmer,
Oh,
No.
let it flow.
no.
I started doing the courtesy flush because I feel bad when people walk in.
yeah.
Did Paul McCartney die?
Oh my god.
Oh
And was
yeah.
replaced by a clone, Dante. What do you think?
So Hyro's taking a class on the history of the Beatles, and I was
I'm
telling him,
educated.
I was
Shout
telling
out
him like
to
in
me.
high school, I remember we would watch this. We watched this documentary about the death of Paul McCartney and how it was kind of convincing. You know, it's kind of trippy. You know, how you gonna play these records backwards and it's telling you some shit? Like, how you just gonna do that?
So-
So it's kind of convincing, and That's pretty interesting.
I
You guys
buried
think he
Paul.
died?
I buried Paul, and everybody thinks it's cranberry sauce at the end.
Number
of
9.
Strawberry feels forever.
So basically, I brought this up too. I brought it up in one of the podcasts that's all you did all summer was watch that same documentary.
Well,
and then,
because I was showing everybody, and I was like, because I was going crazy. I was like, wait, I don't know.
and
I don't know if this is real or not.
I
Can
kind
you
of
watch
do
it with me?
Yeah, the reason why I kind of do believe it is because I own the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Band vinyl, and when we played it backwards, we heard all of those shits, and I was like, "What's going on?"
I just want to point out Paul McCartney does look freaky in some pictures.
Yeah, in some of the albums,
He
he
looks
looks like someone
It
else.
was weird. Like what in Sgt. Pepper?
Then again, white people age weird.
Yeah. No, in Sgt. Pepper, they point out how like the 3 members are like dressed up in black and they're all sad, and I was just like, why would they put that? Like that's random.
They're
as
like,
fuck.
what other people say is because they're burying their old selves. Because that was the album where they were like,
Start switching up.
where they switched it
So
up.
they killed Paul.
They killed the original Beatles. Like they're like, this is not us no more. Or it could be that they buried Paul. So
I like the first one more.
Unreal.
because
I like the real Paul first.
I like when he came out in the interview with Conan, I think, or one of the late night hosts, and they asked him that, like, are you dead? He's like, really, guys? He's like, can a random dude off the street just do this? And he starts playing guitar, and then you're just kind of like, I'm fucking dumb, bro.
Yeah, but then you gotta think about it. There's a lot.
And then we look.
What do you have to say, Michelle?
This is the KGB.
And then not just that, you gotta think about it.
He's like,
Anyone can play the Beatles songs, and most of the Beatles songs are simple as fuck. To
no,
play
but
back
the
in
way
no, I'm talking about.
Play me a Beatles
I don't play guitar like that.
that, but
No,
the
but I
way
think-
he
I'm
said
saying,
it
like-
was,
I think what he's
That's
trying to
a lot
get
of
at is
shit
that
talking
there's a
for
lot of
somebody
people
that
that are
can't perform.
talented enough.
yeah,
to
there
play
are,
those
but
songs.
he was kind of like, look at me, guys, look at this picture. He's like, really? And then
Ah,
he plays
okay.
the guitar. He goes,
I'm also thinking like, okay, if that is like a fake Paul McCartney, then like like their family. I'm just trying to wrap my mind around it. Like, if does their family know about this?
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly,
are they
paid
do they get
off?
paid? Yeah, like.
Like, do they have that much money to pay all of them?
This is
off
the
to not say
KGB.
anything?
Knock
This
knock.
is the second time you say that.
Well,
I know. I'm like, wait.
that's also like, but they say that. What's the street where the
Abbey
Doors
Road?
came? No, where the Doors came
Oh,
from.
fucking Mulholland Drive.
Mulholland Drive, where supposedly all those artists were like FBI, informants,
kids.
FBI kids. So they were kind of like, fuck all this, and they like the Doors, that whole era of the '60s was like free love, man. And they the government wanted to stop them because those kids were like plants in a way, like they were made to be
Influencers.
famous.
Yeah.
Oh my
Like,
god.
That's what the Sex Pistols are. Like they were just like they were just a boy band made to like revolutionize music, and like real punk came from that still. But like that's what all like all the hippie bands, they were like sons of like military people. But like that's all that. The other thing is that's all there was to work in like that time. So like
Yeah, it was all war.
yeah.
Peace and love, brother.
Make love, not war.
So you could really make it. You can make a theory out of anything.
That's true.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, you can just come up with some random shit.
I don't
and
know,
then people-
Well, I mean, then it wouldn't be a theory.
No. What it's kind of Gilbert was. We talked about this in the last podcast. Well, it was in a previous podcast how we were saying like internet wasn't around back then how it is today. So someone could say some shit and you couldn't tell whether it was true or not.
Yeah, it's
'cause-
hard to fact check.
yeah, you couldn't just be like, oh, let me fucking go do thick ass research, you
Let me
know?
Google it.
Yeah, exactly. You can't do it how you do it today.
You went to a library.
You know,
Okay, but
you know Paul McCartney
libraries
died
don't
and was
fucking have
replaced by a
all the
clone, right?
goddamn information.
Shut your bald headed looking ass.
I wouldn't be talking with that receding hairline, Shelly.
Oh my
Shut your
god.
bald headed looking ass.
Do I look like Carlos? No, but
I
yeah.
could
Say
make
it.
like remember it. I mean, a theory is basically just like a rumor, fantasy. It's like everybody.
Wait, that is not what a theory is. Is
Well, I
anyone
mean,
take science
wait,
class?
not a scientific theory.
conspiracy
A
theory.
conspiracy
Oh.
theory. Yeah.
Educa-
Scientific.
Educate us, there you
scientific-
go.
Yeah, scientific is different, but we're talking about like, for example, everybody here that's from Linwood remembers. If you were here for a while, you all remember the haunted house where Fireball used to be.
Oh yeah.
And we all were
That
like,
park.
and
It
all
was the
of
original
us,
Ham Park, right?
yeah, and everybody here was like,
This shit's
no
haunted.
fucking way, bro. I saw that old lady's eye, bro.
Didn't
She
the
came
Ham Park
out.
live there?
what? A bruja.
Tell her you want to kiss her with spoon.
Supposedly a bruja lived there and she was doing magic and shit. And it was like the story around Linwood. But was it real? Was it true? Who knows?
Alright, just a bunch of high school kids
I don't
fucking
know.
with each other.
It's like how Marilyn Manson started.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He cut out his ribs.
To suck his own dick.
I saw a video of
Oh
that.
yeah, Ron Jeremy can.
Of him sucking his own dick.
Ron Jeremy or
You make mic noise when you do that.
Huh.
that's just that's me and Gilbert making out.
Wouldn't it be crazy if we kissed right now?
Oh,
So crazy,
No.
right?
Unless.
why we do that?
What?
Do you guys have any cucuy stories?
Cucuy?
Oh, it is
Cuckoo
spooky
stories?
season again.
Spooky season again. I feel like we already like covered all the bases.
You
Yeah.
guys heard of La Mano Peluda?
Oh,
Yeah, it's right here, bro.
I think Gilbert, you hadn't heard about it, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Does everybody
radio-
know what that is?
the
Did
radio
your
station?
grandparents ever tell you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
The
my.
radio
I
station?
fucking love in Chicago. That's my shit, bro.
What?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a radio station.
La
La
Mano
Mano Peluda.
Peluda? My dad used to listen to that shit.
So basically, what La Mano Peluda is, it's
Dante's
basically a severed hand. They'll just.
I don't have-
we've seen Dante's dad naked?
How many times have you seen him clothed?
Less.
You guys don't understand how many times I walked into Dante's house.
Oh no.
Dante yelling.
He's just walking around booty ass naked. Well, he's in tidy whities, dude.
But still booty ass naked.
I
bro.
got Dante once. He was in the backyard lighting up that dank smoke. he walks in with it in his hand, and I'm like, Dante. And I've never seen Dante shit himself.
Dante shit himself?
Oh, like
I got
figuratively.
him good,
But I
bro.
threw away the underwear. I didn't.
No, I thought you washed it.
Oh, all right. I keep one pair of underwear.
Carlos kept his all white Supreme boxers that he shit himself in.
It was one time.
It's Supreme. You can't throw those out.
Yeah, bro. Like
Those are
30
expensive.
Wait a minute. Supreme?
Alright.
They still got that big ass, like, it has like the whole
I wouldn't
stain
even-
on it. Like, it looks like a big ass water
I
bottle.
wouldn't even buy Supreme. But
All right, Dante. Ooh,
Oh, wait,
Dante.
wait. And then also too, like after he had done that, one time he came home and we were smoking in the back, and I thought it was him saying that, so I turned around like laughing. And it's him.
You know, before you say something, let me just get one thing in, and we're gonna do Cucuy stories. You guys should talk about that time the spring ran.
That's
over
what I'm
the
gonna
wall.
say.
Oh,
Dante,
yeah,
Dante has.
Cucuy Hours at my house.
Yeah,
Cougar
Dante has
died
the
by the
best
first.
stories, bro.
Yeah,
Hit
that
us,
shit-
bro.
That shit's scary.
Add some ambient music right here, just like
So,
some
Oh, like
cheesy.
so when I moved
Right.
into this condo complex,
Oh, you got money.
ever since we moved in, like it's always been like Cucuy Hours at night,
Creepy.
and I would always hear this like little girl screaming, and you know I thought I was always tripping, but one of the neighbors in the other apartment complex, she had told me that they had like done research and whatever, and that spilled over like a cemetery or some shit. So you know we were kind of always like spooked out. Like doors would open, you would hear someone running upstairs. There's no one upstairs and stuff like that. But this one time, we were in my room, and there's like it was me, Carlos, Pacheco, Ray, and Paula, and she had just walked out.
Yeah.
She had just walked out and to go to the bathroom, and there's a door stopper that when you like when you fling it, it goes.
Yeah, it's like it stops the door. It's
So
what- yeah.
we were so she had we were ready to leave somewhere, and she went into the bathroom and she closed the door behind her, and we were around the door and whatever, and out of nowhere you just hear the spring just
On its own.
and nothing like was around it. Like we were just like
We were arguing too. We were making a ruckus. We were being loud.
yeah,
and
we were
then,
being
like,
loud,
And you just hear that.
and
everybody
it just
got quiet.
creeped us the hell out.
I
Like
would rip that shit off.
yeah, especially because it was so like everybody saw like it was like I was
Yeah, we were
I
all
wasn't
far from it.
making this shit up. I was like, this was right there. That shit was crazy.
And then one time it was me, Dante, Hyro. I don't remember who else. I think
Word.
Nelson was there. We were watching TV in Dante's room, and you just hear like, ah! And we were
Yeah.
like,
Everybody
Yeah,
ignored
it
it.
was- yeah, we
and then
like-
I was like, okay. You guys are not gonna act like you guys just heard a fucking scream right now. And then Carlos was like, oh, thank God, I thought it was tripping. Because everybody just stayed quiet, and I was like,
outside?
Like,
Yeah,
we don't know where it came from.
Yeah, that
Oh
shit was
my god,
crazy.
what if somebody's
I know.
Someone's hurt?
it sounded like distant, but really close at the same time. I
Yeah,
can't explain it.
It was still weird to hear someone
Yeah.
go like it was like
You
a
guys
very
call
like
the cops?
no, it was like very guttural, like a very like someone's like in danger.
Yeah.
But like it's Linwood.
It's like,
And we were young. What were we gonna do?
I remember just looking at Carlos, and then I looked at Dante, and I didn't say anything. I was just kind of like,
Yeah, man, it's looking at each other.
like I'm not gonna say what I heard because then I'm gonna sound crazy. And then Carlos looks at me, he goes, "Anybody else hear that?" Hell yeah, I heard that shit. Motherfucker. What
Yeah,
was that?
I had to confirm if not, you guys were just gonna keep it to yourselves.
Yeah, because all you heard was.
I'm pretty sure Dante was playing on a laptop, and as soon as we brought it up, he took his headset off. Or, no, you turned around.
Nah, that was the outside side.
What's up?
That was the outside
No, I
side.
said he was playing
Oh.
on his laptop.
Oh, yeah, but then I remember just looking out the window too, and we were just kind of like, we don't
No, yeah,
see
he
anything.
stopped playing, and he was like, "Y'all heard that too?" And I was like, "Oh
Wait, what
fuck,
about
even
last
Dante
week?
heard it."
Just last week, Dante had
Okay,
another
Oh,
spooky.
in
so-
our part.
Last
Our
week
apartment.
we were
in your apartment?
in my
Yeah, dude,
well,
I
I
was
was,
supposed to sleep in my room after this. Look,
I was-
all right.
I was tripping out because so it was Wednesday or Thursday.
It was during the week. I
Last
don't know.
week during the week.
Last week
You
during
were
the
alone,
week,
home alone.
I thought he was
'Cause he
home
was working
because
from
I
home
heard
at the
I
time.
heard like
Footsteps?
movement in his room, but I was like it's probably Shiva or him
And this was during the
and
day,
whatever.
right?
She was
Yeah,
my
this was during the
dog.
day, like
During the
around
day.
11, 12 or whatever. And I had just gotten a call from the job I had applied for, and I got it. And I was like excited. I was like, so I want to go knock on Hyro's door, and I hear who is it? Like him saying who is it? And I'm just like, bro, it's me. And then
Who else lives here?
and then I'm like, and then like nothing after that, like nothing, like just silence. And I was like, what the hell? So I keep knocking and nothing. I was like, this food. And then I call him and it goes straight to voicemail. And I'm just like, oh, this food's probably like, I don't know, chicken out or some shit. And then so then I go and recite my business. And then I finally call him and he calls me. He answers and I'm like, hey bro, like, are you home? And he's like, no, dude. And I'm like, fuck you, like fuck that.
Dude, he starts telling me all this stuff on the phone, and I'm just like, what did the voice sound like? Like, sounded like you, dog. I'm like, what the fuck?
Like who is
I'm
it?
like,
Like him
Dante-
saying who is it? And
I'm
I'm
like,
like, bro,
Dante,
it's
go
fucking
in
me.
there.
Who the fuck else?
Hyro forgot to turn off his recorder.
It's a fucking doppelganger, bro.
It's
I
probably
told you,
Alexa.
just-
I
Fucking
told,
Alexa.
I told Dante, go in there. He's like, I'm kind of scared. I'm like, "Fool, everybody in there is not going to be as big as you. You're
True.
tall."
That is so true. Motherfuckers like probably being like all
Dante's
scared
like
behind the door.
6'5".
Yeah.
Dude, Dante's like not the person to fight. Like when we go out and there's like,
Scuffle.
I'm
We've
the one that's like,
we've seen Dante
defending us.
fight. We've seen Dante
Well, not
fight.
in front
That
of me.
shit, that shit is scary.
I'm
Dante.
the
just-
one
It's been a while
defending
since
him.
we've done anything like that.
Yeah.
I just kick his knee.
It's
One
only
good
if
kick.
he,
Ha!
Dante's
If
the
he gets really
boogeyman.
mad, Dante would fight.
Yeah.
Because I've seen
Boogeyman
him.
puts
Like
people to sleep.
the reason why Dante's scary is when it was that
Same
time
with
period
scary
when we
stories.
started watching hockey and we were watching like the movie The Goon or whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
And then that's where Dante was just like, fuck, I want to fight like that one day. And then we go to a show, Dante gets to a fight. That's the first thing he does. He grabs somebody's shoulders and he's just fucking wailing on the dude. I was like, fuck.
Hockey style.
Yeah. Sometimes
Yeah.
Dante would be like, I wouldn't be.
We can't talk about that. There's a police
Oh,
report about it.
Sorry about that.
I got a scary story for y'all.
I'm going to go after you because I got one.
Maybe some of y'all heard it already, but some of y'all haven't. But so this one takes place in Mexico with my uncle.
Keep talking.
And
In Mexico.
I'm scared to hear this.
Settings
With your
are.
Turn off
Alright.
the light.
With your
Oh.
uncle.
Leave the candle on.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Hold on, let me go turn off the light.
oh,
Oh,
That's the
Hey,
devil.
hey, I didn't turn that off.
Dante,
Let's not do that now.
Wait.
Dante just blew off all the candles by mixing the wax with them.
So now
Go on.
you're with your uncle in Mexico.
no, I wasn't there. But this is my uncle's story, right?
Ooh, shit. That is dope.
Bro, we need a camera
That
ready.
was real spooky out.
Okay, but basically what happened was so my uncle and my two uncles were drunk. They were fucking faded. They had a whole weekend where they went out and they just went to different parties. And apparently they were driving home back on like a Sunday morning.
Getting nervous.
Yeah, my hands got sweaty.
So they were driving back on a Sunday morning And if you ever been to Mexico, like if you're from the pueblo, you know it's like dark and there's roads that are just
dude.
Yeah, it's
Fuck
on the map.
Yeah,
culture.
roads of darkness.
yeah. And so my uncles were driving, and they were kind of drunk, and they saw this lady, and it was early in the morning, and she was wearing a wedding dress.
Ooh.
And they were like
No.
drunk, and they're like, "What's up with this girl?" And they're like, "Hey, you okay?" And you know, like in those little cities, everybody knows each other.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Hey, like."
Trying to figure out who it is.
No, they're like, "You want to go to a wedding? You're going to a wedding or something?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm going to it." And she had the veil on her.
Yeah.
And she's like, they couldn't see her face, but they said that they saw her, and they're like, "You want, like, where's your wedding at? Because you're in the middle of nowhere almost." And then she was like, "Oh, it's by this church by the Playa Azul, which is where we live in Mexico." And they were driving, and then they like when they told her like, come inside the house, come inside the car, cause we'll take you, cause we live right there. And basically the chick was like, "Yeah, definitely, I'll go in with you guys." And my uncles were like, "Okay, get in the back seat."
Is this when you were roofing?
They were like, "Get in the back seat," and she was like, "Okay, thanks." So they're driving this whole time. Mind you, they're drunk, so they're kind of like, "Oh, like, what
Yeah.
like, we get married? Are you like sure you want to get married? Whatever." They're asking these questions, and she just answering with kind of like one word answers,
shit,
like
yeah.
yeah, yes, no, and they're kind of weirded out, but like okay. So they just kept quiet for a bit, and when they finally reached the destination, it was this church. They said it was kind of empty. There was only like 3 cars, but empty basically. And they were like, "Well, this is your wedding?" She goes, "Yeah, it's like a small wedding. It's only a couple people." She's like, they were like, "Okay, well, here you are." They dropped her off. She gets off. She's like, "Bye, thank you." My uncle's like, "Cool." They drive off, and they said they got back to home around like 11 in the morning, and they got greeted like everybody was like, "Oh, like come eat pozole, whatever, and drink some beers." And they're like, "Cool," and they're like, "Hey, wasn't there's like a wedding going on today, right?" And everyone looked at them. They're like, "Wedding? There was like a wedding supposed to happen 2 weeks ago. Like 2 weeks ago, like we just dropped someone off right there in the church." And like, yeah, the wedding, what's it called? Not the groom, the bride. They're like, "Yeah, the bride passed away. She like died somewhere over here." And they said they got chills from their toes to their head because they're like, "We just dropped someone off there." And then apparently they dropped off the lady. She was like, I guess the spirit was supposed to go her last. That was her like
Final goodbye.
Yeah.
Oh
But
my
they were
God.
like, "No way! Like we just dropped her off." And they're like, "Yeah, she died like a couple days ago." So, yeah, I remember them telling me that story, and bro, I went home. I got under my bed, and you know, covers protect me.
Mm-hmm.
I was in my covers protected, bro.
Wait, the cover's protected.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like
No, you know, like as a kid, if you throw your cover,
Or
yeah.
you turn the lamp on, and the light like just
Saves
keeps the
you.
the
Yeah.
demons away. But dude, that shit scared the fuck out of me. That
Yeah.
was a good one.
Like one that I had that like scared the shit out of me was in my old house when I used to live close to not Will Rogers, Lincoln. So basically it was the middle of the night. My mom had gone out with some of our family, so our cousin was taking care of us. So the thing you need to know is that the way the house is set up, it's like the kitchen and then kind of connects to the living room, dining area. And then if you keep going, it's my mom's room, but then there's like a little hallway that led into my sister's room. So we were in that room. So, you know, it was all of us right there. We're all laughing, this and that. And then we start hearing like plates kind of like moving around. So we're like, oh shit, like probably someone's home already. But the thing is, we had all the lights turned off. So like, except for the one in my sister's room. So like, we're like, what the fuck? So we walk. Like, my cousin walks and she's just like, hello, is anybody there? And then again, she hears like the plates moving. And she's just like, fuck that. So my dumbass, like me being a kid, I'm like, oh, there's nothing there. And then like, so like I start walking towards the dark. Keep in mind, I was afraid of the fucking dark, so my dumbass was, you know, trying to be brave. So like I'm walking, then I start hearing the fucking. I start hearing the plates and I'm like, oh fuck that, like I start getting scared. So I go back to the room and they're calling my mom. They're like, hey, like, does anybody else have keys to the house, this and that? And they're like, no. Why? And they're like, well, fucking either this house is fucking haunted or someone's in the fucking house. So like we're all tripping balls, because then we start, like, our house was known for footsteps, like you can hear footsteps everywhere. So we started hearing footsteps and it sounded like it was getting closer to the room. So my cousin's like, fuck that. She locks the door and she's like, no one fucking move. Like, stay in this room. And then, like, you can hear the footsteps getting closer and closer to the room. And we're fucking scared. At this point, she already had called her brother, who was staying with us too. So she's like, hey, like, you need to come home. Like, someone's in the fucking house. My grandparents weren't home. They were in Mexico. So, like, this dude rushes home and, like, he opens the door to the house, this and that. And then, like, we start hearing footsteps get louder. So we're like, fuck, like, someone's about to enter. And then, like, it was him, and he's like, no one's in the house. And we're like, bullshit, dude. Like, we were hearing footsteps, the fucking plates were moving inside. He's like, dude, like, no one is in this fucking house with you guys. And we're fucking, that shit scared me, because my mom would make me sleep in the living room on my own. Because we only had 2 rooms, which one was my mom's room, the other one was for my sister. So they're like, oh, you sleep in the living room. I fucking hated sleeping in there, dude. I would sleep in my sister's floor just because I did not want to sleep in the living room. That's how fucking scared I was of that shit. Dante's house scared me too a lot too. Fucking always fucking hearing footsteps going up and down the stairs.
Esos Reeboks are so nice.
Esta noche en la mano feliz.
I got
You got any scary stories?
Yeah. Well, I think I told you guys before about the. So my mom was like experiencing like her quote unquote paranormal activity at the house. And I never have, like, I know my brother did, my mom did, but I would never, like, I've never seen any ghosts or any, like, shit like that. But this one time when I moved back from college, I remember one night, so my room is right across from my mom's room. So, like, if I'm standing at my door, I can see my mom's room and, like, right directly. And so this one time, and my room is right by the back door as well. So one time I heard, like, a very loud knock, like really, like, you can hear it. And I think I, like, was listening to music, so, like, it was a really loud one. And I was terrified because if you guys have been to my house, like, the back door, there's no way that someone could be in my backyard unless they jump the fence. Like, no way. So I thought someone jumped over, and we've had people jump over our place. So I'm like, oh, it's probably some crackhead in the alley that, I don't know. Yeah. But then at the same time, it's like, who does that? So I freaked out because no, exactly. So I freaked out because I thought it was like an actual person. So then I'm just standing by my door, like on the threshold, and then I call my mom, like, hey, Mom. And then so she comes, she's like, what? And I'm like, someone's knocking on the door. And then she just, like, looks out because she's not terrified. So then she looks and it's like, no one's there. And I was just like, oh shit, like maybe I was just hearing shit, whatever. So then, like, a week passes and me and my brother are, like, talking about some shit, and then I guess it came to the conversation, like, hey, like, last week, like, I heard someone knocking the back door, and it was just like, I was just hearing shit. And then my brother's like, what the fuck, I've heard that as well, but, like, on a different night. So he was home alone. I think my mom and I, like, had gone out, and he was playing video games or something in his room, and then he heard, like, the loud knock on the back door, like, and he was, like, playing video games, so he was just, like, it was loud enough for him to hear. So then he stopped playing, and he also thought the same thing, like someone came in the back and is knocking on the door and trying to get in. So then Michael, my brother, he, like, looks out to the threshold of the door, and then he's like, he freaks out, and he just grabs his car keys and he just dips. And he's just like, I just could not, yeah, he's like, I couldn't be home that night. I had to, like, just go drive around and just not.
Yeah.
Fuck all that.
But, yeah, that's the only crazy shit I've ever experienced, but other than that, like, nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I have one that I actually experienced in this room.
Turn on the motherfucking light. You better turn on the light, boy.
Were you roofing?
Wait,
Yeah.
nah, real shit. Like, I don't know.
Oh my god, what is that? No.
Like, to be, like, completely honest, I don't know if it was just in my head or if it was like a bad year in my life. But
Okay, Carlos, you're an asshole for laughing.
Why?
You're all
No.
smiling like bad. You're
No,
good.
because Gilbert looked at me.
No, but like
I'm actually nervous. I'm not even gonna lie to
for
you.
real.
I would turn on the fucking light for this.
Nah, this one scares me.
Shoulda.
I actually think it's
I throw
because
hands with the devil.
Look,
Come on, bro.
like, no, I'm saying this
We have a Marine in
because
the room.
Alright, let him talk.
I'm saying this because this was a bad year in my life, where I'm kind of like I'm wondering if it was just all in my head
Mhm.
or if it was you
Right.
know.
Something you actually saw.
So apparently not this bed. This bed is my brother's, the frame.
Mm-hmm.
Now maybe I'm just tripping, but so the last frame I had was a wood frame. Last year I had a wood frame, and I had that frame for a while. And apparently, because my mom works at the swap meet, she knows a lot of people, and she gets stuff
Mm-hmm.
from like vintage, free, or like she buys them. And she got this one from somebody, and the person said, "Oh yeah, it's a vintage bed. It's an old bed, and it was nice, but apparently someone had died on it."
Oh no.
Oh shit.
And my mom got it for cheap, and it
Nice.
was a nice fucking bed.
Your
But
mom knew, but just didn't tell you. She was like,
no,
"Here
she
you go."
told me later. She was
Here's
like,
some play
So
with the
mother
devil.
gave you a deathbed?
"Yeah," but she was
Yeah, your
like,
mom's like, okay.
"Yeah,
cool.
right." She's like,
20
"Right,
bucks, thank
yeah."
you.
Like $100 for this shit, cool, whatever. And it was nice. It was nice wood grain and everything. But someone had died on it. And dude,
Oh my god.
I
what was that?
remember, I fucking remember this night so vividly. It hasn't happened anymore, and I honestly started crying like after this. And nah, I'm not even fucking lying. This
Oh,
shit
okay.
was scared the fuck out of me. So I was right there on my bed, knocked out, and I'm sleeping. And as I'm sleeping, I don't know if you guys ever had sleep paralysis.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah.
So I got that, and I got that shit, and right here, my door, that shit opened, and I'm over here like it's on my head. It's just in my head.
Yeah.
This shit opens, and it's a black figure, tall, just looming. It was just looming.
That was
Like,
that time we went roofing.
Dante and Blackface.
You got water?
it was loofing. It was loofing.
Alright. Shh.
Nah,
attention,
he
guys.
was
You.
He was just like right here looming towards me, going closer, and I just remember being really scared, like being like fuck. I try to wake up, and I couldn't wake up. This is the part that scares me, because I don't know if it was just in my brain or memory. He grabs me, and he tells me, like he told me like I forgot what he said. He said something like,
Get off my bed.
no, he
Ready
said,
to meet
like,
God.
he said something like
Carlos
I'm
living
gonna
alone.
be like, he's like I'm gonna enter your soul, some
Oh,
shit like that.
shit.
Like he's gonna
Fuck.
Hey, why
Like-
are your eyes red?
Did you get probed?
he's like I'm gonna enter your soul. Like she's gonna make me evil or some shit. And bro, I was tripping. I was like, no, that's not me. Like I have a I don't want
I'm
to
a
be
good
this.
soul, yeah.
And then he's like,
That's what happens to public crush.
and
Damn.
he grabs me, right? And when this happens, bro, it's like I looked at
The mirror?
I looked at my
Yeah, your mirror.
You cross.
not my mirror, my
Oh.
cross right there. I looked at that shit and I started saying like,
Help me, Jesus.
like I just started saying like, God's
Jesus,
on my
take the
side,
wheel.
God's on my side. Like I started saying that shit, even though like I'm not very religious, but I do believe there's a higher being.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah.
that higher being is, I was like, God is on my side. Like the good is on my side. And I started like, I don't know if it was because I was sleeping, but I was like,
Shaking.
I was shaking, and that shit was real. Like I was really shaking, bro.
That's fucking scary.
And my eyes opened for a glimpse, and my bed was like this.
Oh, you scared me.
My bed was like shaking, or it was me shaking, but my bed was like shaking. And I swear to God, this fucking light turned on at 3 a.m. Just,
Cucuy Hours.
and I was like shaking. I was like, nah. I was fighting because I was like, nah.
That's
You
Jesus
had-
helping you.
you had
That
your
dude turned on
own
the light.
exorcism.
And then I was like, nah, like
The light
I'm
turns
gonna
on.
fight, like, cause I'm not gonna like let these like evil thoughts or whatever the fuck was going on in my dream. And I was like, And I woke up, and I was like, I was scared. I was like, damn, it's all just a fucking thing, right? And I looked, it's all, I'm just like, I wake up, and it's all a dream. I'm sweating. And I just remember, like, I stood up that whole night. I couldn't go back to sleep. Because in my head, I was thinking, what was that? Like, that was, because I swear this light went like this. I opened my eyes and because I would spin
Yeah.
in my sleep, like when I was in sleep.
Yeah, like
I just-
turn. Yeah.
Like my body, I felt like someone was spinning me, and I'd always be like, I know you can't take me. And this light went like this
Dang.
when I was going like,
Wait, who's that stand holder?
and bro, from that, my mom we got rid of that thing. I never told anybody that, but I got rid of that bed, and I got this one. Ever since then, I haven't had one of those, man.
You should have burned that, man.
Nice.
I don't know if it was a bed, bro.
Sounds like a sleep paralysis.
Yeah, because the one thing too, yeah, because I was
His
gonna.
mom comes in, it's like, yeah, someone died in this one too.
And Nelson this night, yeah.
Someone's
No,
about to
but
die.
so basically, a lot of people say this too, that when they have, they've all mentioned this, like they did like a study of people having sleep paralysis, and most people have the same thing where they say that they see this black figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't get that with sleep paralysis.
I got that once. I did get that once. I got it, but like it's because in my dad's room when you turn off the lights, Carlos has been in there. Like how pitch black the room gets in my dad's
I
room.
haven't been in your dad's room.
But it
Yeah,
gets,
he knows.
It gets pitch black in there, so like you can't see shit. So the sleep paralysis actually happened to me when I was like into the whole Slenderman thing, like when that shit was popular.
Gay?
Yeah. So like I was really scared of that shit. So I remember one
Yeah,
time.
that man was really slender. Huh?
So I remember one time, like I got sleep paralysis, and then I just remember like how they say like it feels like you come out of your body. And I was looking down, and then like in the corner of the room, like where the door's at, like it's super pitch black, like you can't see shit. And it just looked like someone with a fucking suit and a white face was standing there, and it just looked like they were growing, like it was getting bigger, and they're like their head reached the roof, so it did that. And I was just like, I was looking at my body, I was looking at it, I was like, oh shit, dude. Like I was like staring back and forth, and I just, oh my, so they flew into
You
my
did
eye.
that.
Yeah, and then I just remember waking up, and I was like, fuck all that, dude. Like I was fucking shitting
So,
bricks.
has everyone here experienced sleep paralysis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
never.
Wait, do you guys provoke it or does
I've-
it
I've-
just
You could do
happen?
both.
Yeah.
Well, either way, natural or
I've
provoked.
never had
that
that.
shit I
I
saw.
had
Yeah.
it. I had it this
provoked-
week, but it wasn't
This
scary.
week?
I provoked
Yeah,
it
this
only
week I had it.
once.
But
The-
like
the
it wasn't
week-
scary. It
the
was just
week
like
after.
I couldn't
You
wake
didn't
up.
tell me?
Oh no, I didn't.
Okay,
It happens so often. Kim has learned that when I'm trying to shake out of it, she'll be like, "Wake up, you're having it."
Okay, so there's this thing where everybody sees the same figure.
I don't see that.
Have you?
Wait,
No,
okay.
you haven't seen
Before
that.
before we get there, how do you like cause sleep paralysis?
It kind of just happens. I think
It's
it's like a.
when you're.
Okay,
It's
so
if you sleep like this.
Mhm. So this is how it is. This is how you provoke. This is how you provoke it yourself. No, side.
On your back.
Sleep like that.
When you fall asleep on your back.
But this is how you provoke it. How you can actually do it. The reason why is because I did it because I really looked into it and I really wanted to do sleep paralysis one day.
Gay?
So
Were you roofing with Nelson?
I was
I
actually.
never wanted to sleep paralysis.
But no,
Fuck
I always wanted to do it because I was hearing all these stories of
'Cause
how
you
like
liked it.
how people can
You like that
how you can
slender, right?
manipulate your sleep and shit. You know what I mean?
Lucid dreams.
Yeah, you could do lucid dreams, so I really wanted to do that once. So what you need to do is one, you need to fight through your sleep. Like you need to fucking stay up, like beyond point of where you're like dead. And then what you do is you know how she says you lay down on your side, keep your hands
On your side or on your back?
no on your side.
On your back.
So you could do back or side. The way I did it on my side. That's how I
Side.
did
What
it.
do you
Side?
mean side?
It's like
No,
On
that's
your
like
side.
laying on
like
your back.
this. Oh no, yeah, laying on your back,
Like
but your
that.
hands to the side. Is
Like a
Right.
solo? You
like
side
just
to
straight.
side?
Yeah. So so what you do is you lay like that, and then you keep fighting your sleep, and then what happens is like you get like a fucking heavy ass thing on your chest, like if someone's pressing down, and then
Oh my.
and then that's when like
Wow.
basically asleep already. You're asleep awake.
Fuck sleep
And
paralysis. You could
that's-
die
that's-
awake.
That's when sleep paralysis happens.
It's sort of like your
go-
body
oh.
falls asleep, but your mind's
mind's
still
awake.
awake, kind of. Like you're aware you're asleep, but in your brain you're like, I can't move because I'm asleep.
Oh, but one of the scientific reasons also is if you are overweight. They say you get sleep paralysis. because the weight on your chest is coming down on your oxygen, so you can't breathe as much. So when you're sleep, you're sleeping like that, and you're not getting your full REM.
Yeah.
So you kind of just start.
I love that, man.
The funny thing is, I still in my old phone, because I looked through my old phone recently, like a couple months ago. I still have that picture that taught me how to do sleep paralysis.
Huh.
Like I remember, like I was just going through my old photos. I was like, oh, cool, and then that shit came up. I was like, fuck, I
Why
still
do
can't
people
believe
do
that.
it? Like, what do they want from it?
So you could do so basically it's like
For fun.
like some people do it. Yeah, so basically you can control your dreams, kind of like Inception type shit.
You realize you're dreaming.
You realize you're dreaming, so you control your own dreams.
Just fly.
But
That's what
some
everybody
people,
does.
but like again, some
Yeah.
people,
Have
but
you guys tried that?
yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
Are you serious?
Yeah, let me
You guys
let
have
me
tried
no, yeah,
that?
let me tell you. So,
So
some people
my
get bad
favorite.
exterior.
No, wait. So time out.
Go.
So with lucid dreaming, the main key, you need a dream journal
Mhm.
to make lucid dreaming work, because you can fuck around and get the night terror.
Yeah,
And
Bro.
basically what happened to him. So basically, if you can't do lucid dreaming right, what happens? How it says you see that figure, or like a lot of scary shit starts happening to you where you can't control
It's
it,
just your mind messing with
Yeah.
you.
Wake up.
but you
Wake
can't.
up.
So
So.
then how do you control it? To make
Well,
sure that
how he's saying, like, you gotta, once you get the hang of like sleep paralysis and lucid dreaming, you can just dream on, like, you
you need a trigger.
yeah,
It's
And,
like you gotta realize you're in the dream.
You haven't seen Inception?
So
kind of like that.
one thing people say
I'll tell you why right now,
learned to
myself.
do is they try doorknobs. They don't work the same, and neither do light switches. So you go to like turn on the light and it doesn't work, and you're just like, and you gotta be like, all right,
Right
I'm
away,
dreaming.
no, yeah.
So my trigger is, for a while, I would see Ray in my dreams. And like,
Wow.
because
Talking shit again, I
during
see.
the time where we weren't hanging out, so I'd see him and I'd be like, "This is a dream."
Because why am I fighting?
Yeah, and I'd like fly around and like do all this shit. Like, and he was my main trigger. But like the easiest one to do is like, if you really want to try it, you draw something on your hand, and then in your dream you gotta like, you just have to look and you just gotta be like, I'm dreaming. It's so complicated because like you have to like.
I'm scared that we're talking about this because what if it happens to me tonight? or
Yeah,
something?
one.
Okay,
then shit
and if it
just-
happens to you
It's
tonight,
safe.
I want you to document, because everybody says they see the same thing, like a hag, like
The
an
shadow
old hag.
people, the hag.
Yeah, or the black figure. They see the black
No,
figure.
it's not. It's a hag, like an old, like dude.
Old lady?
Yeah, like one time I swear, like I had the sleep paralysis,
Like
and
an old black figure lady.
and yeah, and like my door opened and some old lady came in and I was like,
You can't wake yourself up sometimes.
And I remember I remember
Is that your
Carlos.
vinegar spray?
I remember Carlos telling me that story too, and we both looked at each other because we're like, "That's the same thing."
because everybody's seen it.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, the crazy thing too. There's a documentary actually on Netflix about it. It's called Night something, where
Night
people all talk
Terror.
about it.
Night
I
Night
think
Terror.
so.
Something like that.
The other thing is when you look at the fact that Nightmare on Elm Street is based on a true story. Yeah, so it's based on Cambodian.
Immigrants.
Immigrants, I think? No, it was like some Cambodian refugees or something like that, where they were all having night terrors. They couldn't sleep, so a lot of them were fighting their sleep, and because they were saying that when they sleep they're gonna die. And I forgot what the number was, but there was a good number of people that when they fell asleep they died, and they were all fighting to go to sleep. And the writer of Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven, was like, "I'm gonna make this a horror movie." And you know, whatever, but the whole idea that people were dying.
Wait,
from
can you
sleep.
die of sleep paralysis?
No.
No.
I don't know about sleep
Oh.
paralysis,
heart
but in your sleep, yeah, you
like
could
your
probably,
brain.
choke to death.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe if you're super old
That
and
is my
have a
fear.
fragile heart.
A-
Choke to death.
1,000
Yeah.
ways to die. There was somebody that died like that, where they
Yeah.
died in their sleep because they couldn't breathe, and their
I didn't hear. Sorry.
Real quick, back to the topics about hearing noises in your house and stuff. Have you guys read about when people read that there's stuff moving around their house at night, like food going missing, or just hearing random noises?
Yeah, that's what I said.
And next thing you know, they put a camera. Oh no!
No, get closer. No, get closer.
You get in between us.
Yeah, right here. There you go.
I was saying those people that hear noises in their house and stuff goes missing and they move things.
No, keep going. You're good.
And they put up cameras and they realized there's people coming out of their attic that have been living
in their attic.
in their
That's scary
fucking
too.
houses and like staying in.
worse.
Yeah, isn't that
Motherfuckers
crazy?
actually in your house.
Hey yo,
That happens in
that bread is
Japan.
$5, bro.
You
Wow,
just see
Bob would've
posties
never
everywhere.
done this.
Need more milk.
That's creepy, man. Imagine that.
I think I've had something like that happen where like
Someone was
well not somebody was in the house, but like I heard footsteps. So I got kicked out of my house because my sister got in a fight with me. This is when I lived in Southgate, so I got kicked out and I moved in with my grandma and I had my own room. And like it was like the middle of the night. It was like 12. It wasn't even like the Cucuy Hours. Like I heard like the footsteps come all the way from like my aunt's room down the hallway. Like you can hear like every footstep.
Yeah, 'cause
like
the wood in your
yeah, because like
house.
the wood's like it's creaky, so you can hear like the eek, and like I heard it walk all the way in, and then there's like a spot specifically in the room when you walk in where it goes like real because like that part's so like
Crunchy.
yeah, so like so I heard it and
brother
like the
eating
whole
chips?
time I had the
Cobija?
blanket like right here. I was sweating like a motherfucker. I was sweating bullets, and I could just hear like the footsteps just get closer and closer, and then it got like right here, and then my fucking grandpa opens the door. He's like, what's going on? And I was like, there's someone in here. Like,
But your grandpa's been dead.
oh my god.
Jesus fucking Christ.
This is before he passed
Oh,
away.
okay. That's why I was like, oh shit.
How old were you?
It was high school, senior year.
I'm gonna go back to that lucid dreaming thing real quick. So basically, I did that whole Inception shit because I did the lucid dream. So I finally had realized that I was dreaming. So at first I was fucking around with my own dream, and then after a while I was like, shit. Like in my head I was like, I want to try that Inception shit. Like I want to dream within a dream. I want to see what happened. And it was the worst. It was the worst fucking thing I ever did, because I fell asleep again within my dream, and then what happened is that everything started to shake. Like it felt like I couldn't breathe, and then I was just like panicking.
Yeah.
And I just remember waking up like fucking drenched, like sweat, and my body was like, I was like this, and I was just like, I'm never fucking doing that shit again. Like I legit woke up sweating like
All this is really great ads for a PPE mask. For the ones that you use when you're like really overweight.
the apnea.
That
Are
mask,
you
yeah.
tired of night terrors?
Yeah. Put on this mask so you can actually breathe.
Our
when you're
sponsors.
So when you're able to control your lucid dreams, like what do you what have you guys done? Like
Fly.
Mhm.
like
Fly.
get pegged by your dream girl.
What?
I think that
I can do that in real life.
I think the coolest thing that I was
Is it
doing was building skyscrapers. So like I
did
would, yeah. So basically, what I would do is like I would look, and then you just see you would just see like shit just fly up, and I'd be like, wow, like I can really do shit like that.
Yo, I think mine's was flying as well. I remember it vividly too.
Where do you fly?
I just flew. Like
Yeah,
it was so cool because it's crazy how it's the first thing you
I
think
just
too,
flew,
'cause-
and it was so cool.
Because sometimes
like, real
sometimes you
shit,
wake
so-
up mid dream, so you already have like a platform. But sometimes you wake up in a blank canvas, like where that
Yeah.
shit's nothing, so you
Wait, so
build it
beforehand should you write down what you want, or you do it
after. So
After.
you keep a dream journal. So basically, whatever you remember, you write it down. So and it kind of helps
I
you.
remember
Before
mine.
something
sometimes
or after?
time out. So sometimes people remember traumatic events because of that.
Oh, hell. Oh,
So-
you know what?
So yeah, so you gotta
It's
be
kinda
careful
bad.
because
Oh,
like
shit.
sometimes you write a dream journal and then like you start piecing things together and you're like, oh,
It's related to
I
this.
was in an abusive mother
Type shit.
son type shit.
Dante and Michelle just hear screams from our room.
Try
So, that's kind of.
I think that's what happened to my mom.
I feel like you could get.
Yeah, so like, this is another cool story. So like, after my dad's passing, there was like a week where my mom was just having like really bad night terrors. And one night, my mom said that she dreamt, like she woke up, and I'm pretty sure like now it makes sense. Maybe she just had sleep paralysis, but she woke up to like my father's face, but it looked very demonic, and then he was about to choke her, and she was like terrified, right? And then the day after, my brother was asking like, hey, like, did have a a nightmare. Like he asked my mom, and I wasn't there, by the way.
Mhm.
And then my mom's like, no, why? It's like, oh, because I saw like I thought I saw her like coming to your room. And because at the time, me and my brother had the opposite rooms, so like he was able to see like directly from my mom's room. So and he's like, well, I went into your room and like wanted to sleep with you, and she's just like, and then she told him like I had a nightmare where someone came into my room and wanted to, yeah.
That's
so
that,
scary.
I was gonna tell you to say that story because that story scares me.
Yeah,
Oh, I told you guys about that one. Yeah.
I was gonna
Gives me
try
the
to.
heebie-jeebies.
I was gonna try to debunk it until she said what her brother said. Cause I was gonna say sometimes it could be sleep paralysis or sometimes it could be a nightmare. Cause sometimes you feel like you wake up, but you're still in your dream, and then like something snaps, and then you actually wake up.
Man, Junior, shut up.
Yeah. Well, how do you explain? Also, do you think my
No. That shit was probably some shit probably
something.
did happen to
Paranormal
her. I
shit.
was gonna say like no, it probably was a dream until you said that your brother saw something.
Yeah,
walk
he
in.
saw like a shadow going.
Yeah,
through my mom.
that's
He-
when I was like, okay, never
he
mind.
didn't-
Why
He
you
was
trying
like
to kill
that.
your mom?
That's probably.
It's fucked up.
I know, but he. Yeah.
It's like the
Keep your hand on it the entire night.
my brother has seen shit in the house. Like one time, I think it was our old dog, the one before this one. He was just barking at the door, and my brother was like, he loves the fucking computer. He's just on the computer, and he's like, shut up. Like, dude, shut up. And he turned around, and he said that there was just a black figure standing at the door, and he was like, ooh. Scared myself. Fuck, that's like the worst thing that like. And he,
To happen.
yeah,
You mean
like
like that shadow right there?
like whose shadow was that? And like he said, he ran out.
Hey Harold,
and,
there's a shadow behind you.
and he called my mom, and he just didn't want to go inside the house. And he called me. I was like, "What happened, dude?" Fuck, that's
Wait,
like the
so it was
worst thing.
against the wall?
No, it was
No,
like at the door.
Like at the door.
So how did he get out?
He fucking
fucking
ran.
ran through it.
Booked
Jumped out the
He
window.
ran through it?
He booked it.
Pretty sure he kept his head down. He was like, "Fuck all that." And
Yeah,
just
dude, I would fucking done. Gilbert, say your story.
Yeah.
Alright,
Gilbert.
We'll go with this one.
Wow.
'Cause we're at an hour and a half.
Yeah,
You guys
I was
wanna
gonna
keep going?
say it's October next week, and oh, sorry, I'm not talking to the mic. It's October next week, so I want to have a friend on because his house is. I didn't believe him because he watches nothing but what's that stupid? Yeah, I was like, you're just paranoid from this show. Yeah, but this dude's house is guaranteed 100%. I believe it haunted. Too much shit has happened there, so I want to have him
Oh yeah,
for an
definitely,
episode.
definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
So I think I'll save mine.
I love
Alright.
horror shit. I
Where
love
are we
scary
at?
shit.
An hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we could. Well, I think this is a good place
Yeah,
to
it's
cut.
it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I want to say Cucuy Hours for like October type
Yeah,
shit.
that
Yeah.
That should be really good.
Yeah, I got a friend who, he's.
But yeah,
shit's haunted for
Oh
sure.
fuck yeah, definitely. So we'll definitely have a Cucuy Hour. If anything, we should get like enough people. Like,
Yeah,
whether
enough
you know you guys
stories.
come back and then we have more people.
Yeah, just
We
tell.
do it like we could do it like if anything we could
Kim
kind of
has
do it outside.
stories.
You know what I mean? And then hopefully by that time Carlos has a mic too. So then we have 4 mics, so we could just.
La
It
más
Yeah.
doesn't have to be next week. It could be.
Well, I
La,
wanna get my
la
mic
plática
right.
estaba
I'll get it
muy
next week.
bien,
Kim
güey.
And
has
it-
something that has happened to her recently.
And then the good thing is,
Ooh,
if
I
we do
wanna
it
see
outside, even if it picks up background noise, it's perfect because then you hear crickets, you hear rustling, so it,
Okay.
like, makes it better.
Before we go out though,
We should go
let's
camping.
do a quick
Oh.
run through of what. Just say it. You don't really have to be this, but on Halloween, what do you think you're gonna be? So I'm gonna start off with Carlos.
Oh, movement or up.
I'm gonna be a fucking Hopper from season 3. I bought the shirt. I got the pants. I got some boots.
I'm gonna be Moomin Rider from One Punch Man, so I can throw bikes at people.
Me and Kim already got our costumes. I'm the Red Ranger. She's the Pink Ranger. Maybe I'll post a pic. I'll see.
Dante.
Shelly's going to
Shelly.
be Bob Ross.
I don't know. I might be
I'm so
Frankenstein
mad. I'm so mad.
or blackface.
Black.
I think I might be Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
Nice. I think I'm gonna be either a rock star or a rap star
Or be a wrestler.
or wrestler.
El Fuerte.
Fuerte. I might be El Fuerte. You know, you guys give me.
Oh yeah.
Wow, El Fuerte here
Yes,
comes.
yes,
dog. El Fuerte.
Carlos,
does
let
not
him borrow your jersey.
No ghost.
How big?
All right. Well, thanks for coming, guys.
That was a good one.
It was a good one. Thanks,
Thank you for having us.
Shelly and Dante for being here with us.
Yeah, you gotta. You can edit it.
Yeah, I can. It's
This
not
episode was brought to you by a kiss on the lip from a friend. Come
bad.
here.
What are the chances? What are the chances?
Dante, what are the chances you kiss me on the lips?
1, 2, 125.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
2.
40. Why did I say 40?
But yeah, so tune in next time and we'll see if I think next week it'll just be us. Or,
Yeah, we'll see.
Or we get a special guest because your friend I kind of want to save for mid October, so and it's like real Cucuy Hours. But yeah, we'll see. We have a special guest. I mean, you guys will know, but
We'll post it. We'll start posting when people are coming.
yeah. One more time, shout out to Triangler and Ivan. I love you guys.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dante and Shelly.
Thanks for being here. We'll catch you guys at the next one.
Blackface Dante.
Yeah, Blackface Dante.
Check out my website, bostoncorporation.com.